Hello, this is Captain Photo, and yesterday we mentioned that today we would be talking about camera replacement apps for your iPhone. So maybe you're wondering, why would we want to replace the camera app on our iPhone with another camera? Well, a couple of reasons come to mind. You may want, say, more control over your photos in the areas of exposure, um, focus, white balance. You also might want better quality than you can get out of your iPhone photo. Now, the iPhone camera does take pretty nice photos, and for many of you, that's the only camera you'll ever need. Some of us are going to want a little bit more. We're a little bit geekier and just, push the edges a little bit. So here are a couple of camera apps that I would recommend, and these are a couple of apps that I use quite often, depending on what I need. So the first one is a free app. It's called Camera Awesome. It's by the people at Smugmug. And if you don't know Smugmug, they've hosted my online galleries, my professional galleries, for about 6 years now, and I just love them. Support's fabulous. If I have a problem, I can email them and literally within minutes get an answer back. Um, and they showcase my photos really beautifully. So that's why I use them. They did produce this camera app. You do not have to be a member of Smugmug to get the app. It's free. Of course, to upload them onto your Smugmug account, then you're going to need an account. So that is one piece of the equation that would be missing for you if you don't have a Smugmug account. What I do, I can take my photos right on my iPhone, process them, and upload them through Camera Awesome right to my Smugmug account into whichever gallery I want, and I have one called iPhoneography. I connect that gallery to my website, so you can click on my website iPhoneography gallery and just, and they're all there. It just happens seamlessly for me, so it's really great. Okay, so let's get to the photo, to the camera here. So Camera Awesome, it has a lot of exposure controls that your regular iPhone camera does not have. Okay. Going from left to right here, you have the regular camera, the little shaky hand, that's for image stabilization. So when you hit the button, if your camera is not still, it won't take the picture until you're done shaking. So that's kind of cool for avoiding blurry pictures, because I take them all the time, where I take a photo and hit the shutter release and I hear it take the photo, and then I move the camera away too quickly and I end up with a blurry shot. So this eliminates that. The next icon turns the entire screen into the shutter button, so you can hit the screen anywhere to take a picture, which is really nice too, because sometimes you find yourself in an awkward situation where you're reaching out over the edge of Niagara Falls to get this perfect shot, and you can't quite find your finger on the shutter button, and you're afraid to drop your camera. If you have the whole screen as a shutter button, that eliminates that problem. Then there's a slow burst mode where it'll take 3 photos, one after another. And it has a fast burst mode. I think it takes 9 shots. They are in low resolution, but it takes 9 shots very quickly. And then over here, there's a self timer for portraits if you want to get in the shot yourself. And the last thing over here is a time lapse mode. It's right now it's set for 5 seconds. It'll take a photo every 5 seconds, so you can do time lapse photography. So those are a lot of cool things you can do with this free camera app. Up here, there are different, let me get back to the regular camera. There are different grids you can use on the phone, on the screen, to help you compose your photo. The regular rule of thirds, there's a golden ratio, a trisect, and then the good old square if you're taking Instagram photos, or just like a square format. That'll come in handy. Then up in the upper right-hand corner, you see that little line, the circle with the line going through it. That helps you make your horizon straight. You'll see when I get the phone perfectly level, it'll light up yellow. See that? Maybe you can see better if I, see, there we go. Either orientation will do it. So that's really nice if you're going to be on a tripod shooting a panorama, or just, it's always just good to get your horizon straight in the camera. Sure, you can crop it later to make it straight in something like Snapseed, but you're going to lose part of the photo doing that. It's just best to get it right in camera. So that is Camera Awesome, and I like it a lot. It's free. Now the other app that I like is this one called 645 Pro. Looks kind of intimidating, doesn't it? Yeah, all these controls, and it takes a little bit to learn this one, but it's a good one. You can set your autofocus. You can focus on something and set it like, and whatever in the middle of the center circle there, that's in focus, and then you just hit the autofocus and it'll stay there. Auto exposure, say I want to expose for the screen right there. Then I hit the AEL. Over here it turns red, and now my exposure stays the same. I can move the camera, but my exposure stays the same. That is real helpful when you're shooting things like sunsets. You want to expose, point this right at the sun, or the sky, so you get that nice color in the sky. Set the auto exposure, and then you can compose your photo without, losing the exposure value. So that's really cool. Now, the thing that sets this, there are a lot of camera apps that'll do those things, but the one that sets this one apart is that it actually saves. You can save your photos in an uncompressed raw TIFF format instead of a JPEG. And that is a much higher quality photo to work with. So for those of us, and I'm one of them, who likes the best quality you can get, 645 Pro is the camera to get, because it's the only camera app at the moment that allows you to save your photos in a TIFF format. It does cost a couple of bucks. I think it's worth it. And so those are the camera replacement apps that I would recommend. At least get Camera Awesome. It's a free one. Give it a try. See if it works for you. See if it makes it any better for you to get a little more control and be a little bit more creative with your photography. Okay? So that's about it for today. You can see my gallery of iPhone photos on my website. I welcome you to take a look anytime. There's probably 150 of them up there that I've taken over the last few months. So, and those are all on my Smugmug account, connected directly to my website, essenceinphotography.com. And the gallery is located at essenceinphotography.com/iPhoneography. And I'm sure you can spell that. Okay, Captain Photo saying adios, or ahoy mateys, and I'll see you tomorrow.